We're back.
Yes, we are. I'm glad to be here.
And we've got some positivity from the porch.
Yes.
Yes, we do. And we also have some props. What is going on here?
Well, you'll find out.
It shall be revealed.
It shall be, yes.
So a couple weeks ago, we started to talk about growth because we looked around and we noticed all the beauty around us and all the things that were growing.
Yes.
And so we thought, well, why don't we join in that growth?
Exactly.
And so we started to kind of unpack the different ways of growing. And we started with, 2 weeks ago,
we started with
spiritual growth.
Spiritual growth.
And now this week, and then we had a Father's Day message last week.
Yes.
And now this week, we are going to dig into
physical growth.
Right.
I looked up the word physical in Webster, and it said, it was funny, it wasn't a definition, the first one. It said, not material, not spiritual. And then it went on to say that it could be a medical exam, and that it has to do with the body. Yes. I like that one the best, because I think that physical involves your body.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we want to talk about. So when we talk about growing physically, we're not talking about in height, because
no.
I have stopped growing. I'm so bummed out because I never made it to my goal height. I wanted to be 5'5".
But I have shrunk from 5'4" down to 5. And I hope that's it for a while.
So we're not going to be growing physically in height, but what we can grow is we can grow in our healthy habits.
Yes.
We can grow in our physical fitness and just being healthy. And there's a lot of ways we can do it, but things we've also learned along the way that sometimes you can't grow because you have to stop first to heal.
That's right. And I didn't realize that. I thought when I was feeling so much better in my recovery and my therapy was about ended, I thought that I would really be physically fit and very ambitious, very strong. But guess what? I wasn't quite that to what I had been before. I felt weak. I got tired. And I had to allow time to rest. Just like I allow time now to read my Bible. I have to make a time when I'm going to rest. And then I get up and feel better.
To let your body heal. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. You used to think you had to earn that rest.
I know.
Now you're like, nope, I'm just going to rest.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit until the evening.
Right.
And I had gone through all my work and chores, and I deserved it then. Not before that.
Right.
No.
Exactly. So rest is a big part of healing, and also exercise.
Oh,
and you've had a lot of physical therapy, and that's kind of the opposite of rest, because that's where you're actually being pushed.
Oh, I know.
Because our muscles, they strengthen when they're stretched. And so we need to use our muscles. That's why we have these. Right, Mama?
Yes.
We're going to do some. And Mom's been using these.
I've been using those.
Right. And our favorite new little trick, we have lots of equipment. Equipment's not my problem. Is the band.
Yes, yes.
So you can actually be sitting and stretching your muscles while you're in a chair.
Yes, you can.
Here, do you want this one?
I'll
Here.
take
So
that
this,
one,
my
Julie.
friend Susie has shown me all kinds of ways to stretch. You can do it sitting or standing. You can stretch your legs out. Oh, wow. Well, there we go. This is what happens when you go live.
Yes.
Don't do that. Make sure you've got some good, strong fans.
Yes.
Okay, don't do that stretch. But the important thing is making the time. And you could do it while you're watching TV or watching the news.
Well, you should have seen me yesterday, my first day at the outpatient therapy. I think I walked the length of the entire building, and this is a long building with different sections of care, the assisted living, the memory care and that. And my therapist, who was my home therapist, took me for a walk. And afterwards he said, sit down for a minute and then we'll walk the stairs. And I thought, oh boy, that's all I need.
Right.
But sure enough, I got some water. You always need water.
Yes.
And We started out on the stairwell, at the stairwell, walking up and down stairs. And I never go with one hand anymore. I place each hand on a rail, and I feel safe. That's the big.
You've got to be careful, absolutely.
And he was right there with me, and he had, in fact, he put a safety strap around me in case I was stepping too fast, but I wasn't stepping too fast. That was the first time I walked regular long stairs. I've been on that.
That's awesome. How many stairs?
Oh gosh, I wasn't counting.
Oh my goodness.
But quite a ways from one floor to another.
Right.
And there are 2 floors there.
Wow.
So I did it.
So he really pushed you.
And back. Then we walked some more.
Oh my
goodness. And he let me sit down, but he put me in another stairwell. And we did that at the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So he pushed you, and then you needed to rest.
I did.
Yes. But that's getting you stronger.
Because then I got the weights on my ankles, and I went out to kicking my legs and marching and all of this sort of thing.
That's what we do. So, there's our neighbors. Hey, guys.
Our neighbor. Hi,
so I think what's really important and why you've bounced back so quickly and just bounced back period is that you've been so active like your whole life. Like I remember calling you, this has gone on for years. Whenever I would call Mom, she would be on the treadmill.
Yes.
And I mean, that's awesome, like every day.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really need to work on. When I think of this idea of being physically fit is I don't have a really good routine. I need to make the space. I have all the equipment.
Yes.
Equipment is not my issue. In fact, I have a new piece of equipment I can't wait to show you.
What's that?
It's a wave or a, oh my gosh, it's a vibration board. And it's supposed to help build your bones. And so this is another thing about being physically fit. There's all kinds of new technology coming out. And they use this with astronauts because it's a zero gravity. And so your bones build stronger when they're kind of hitting the pavement, when they're getting some workout. So when you're in a zero gravity situation, your bones
could deteriorate.
Your bone density is not good. So anyway, they've got this vibration thing. So I bought it. Step one.
Good.
You buy the equipment.
Yes.
Step 2, you take it out
use it.
Well, you have to take it out of the box first.
Yes.
And I haven't gotten to step 2, but I'm going to do it this weekend.
Good for you.
So you can check with me next week and see if I actually got on it. So I'm really good at ordering equipment and getting a plan.
Yes.
And then it's the execution. And I don't know what my problem is.
Taking the time.
It's taking the time. And I think also making it a part of my daily routine.
Yes.
Like there's certain things I do every day. When I get up, I have my coffee, I do my devotion. I have my good routine in that way. But then I need to get the exercise. And it's not hard. I mean, we've got the bands. This is my favorite new thing. So what I've learned as I've gotten to another stage of life, we don't talk about age, we talk about stage.
You're a kid.
But I do yard work now, and I've been doing a lot of yard work helping friends, and then I end up at the chiropractor.
Yeah.
Like my back, I do a lot, not officially. I just help a lot of friends with landscaping. I got several projects going now. But this little ball I actually have, and I get the knots out when you lay on the ground, or I put it when I'm driving, and I'm just literally working the knots out of my back. Yeah. My friend Susie, she told me to do that.
Good.
And then I also have this. This is actually, Susie would call this the torture device because it's a roller, and a lot of people have seen these rollers where you roll on them, but this one has notches in it. Whoops, almost lost my crown.
It looks like a torture tool.
We call this the torture device because it hurts so much, but it's kind of like you getting stretched when you were walking up and down the stairs. Yeah. It's hard, but it's what helps.
Yes.
And so a part of growing physically is you need to push yourself a little bit, but then you need to rest. And a big part of my rest is stretching.
Yes.
Stretching my muscles because I am so tight on my back, on my shoulders, because I sit and I write.
Yes.
Right here is always tense and hard.
True.
And so I think stretching is a really big part of a physical routine that needs to be incorporated, like every day. Brother Tom stretches every day. He's always doing his stretches and his rolling, and he's in really good shape.
Well, I have to tell you, my therapist mentioned that treadmills can be dangerous, even though they have an emergency option there. If you fall, that's not going to help you. So I'm thinking seriously about giving the princess my treadmill and getting something called a new step. You sit down, and I used it yesterday for about half hour before I even started all of that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the new step?
And you actually move your arms and legs at the same time.
Nice.
You're stretching your arms
while you're sitting?
While you're sitting, and
Nice.
it's safe, and you're stretching your legs. And I had that problem with my leg, and he was amazed because I kept exercising it during the pandemic, and I have made progress with
You've made huge progress.
Yeah.
I think getting rid of the treadmill is a good idea, but I don't think you should give it to me. Because it would be just yet another piece of equipment.
Well,
Toto might be the only one using the treadmill. I am not going to use it, but I'm concerned of you on the treadmill now, because that's true. You can trip and fall. And
I started on it when I had my home therapy, and he wasn't real happy about it. But I got to keep moving and shaking. And I can't,
especially shaking.
Yeah, shaking. I tried to practice my tap dances I learned. I can't remember.
She is going to be dancing soon. I've got them on videotape.
That's good, because I'm going to have to watch them again.
Oh my God. But she's going to be dancing on the porch soon.
Oh, soon.
For sure.
And we're going to have the Follies in the fall.
The Follies in the fall. We're back. All right. And another thing that is so important too, I mean, when we talk about our physical fitness and our health, is sometimes we can't do it on our own. We need doctors. Yeah. And you've got, on top of all these other things you've dealt with the broken pelvis, the broken back, your knee, these all happened, by the way, in the last 6 months. You get shots in your eyes every 6 weeks because of macular degeneration. So it's taking the time, it's self-care.
Yeah.
And saying, I need this, and it's going to take an investment of resources, time, and money. And, we used to do it for our kids.
Yeah.
We'd spend thousands of dollars on their camps and all this.
Braces for 6 out of
but we
7
don't do it for ourselves.
Yes.
So it's taking that time and using those resources so that we can be healthy and just having good self-care. I even curled my hair today and put makeup on.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit,
you're looking very princessy.
Well, because I actually did something. Yeah. Usually I don't do much.
You don't
I just
need
throw the crown on and
she
go.
Doesn't need it. I need all the help I can get.
No, you don't. But it's just taking the time. So we hope that you join us. So keep me accountable, Mama. I got to get on the. I'll report back on this vibration board. It's just a board, and it's kind of the new thing. But you can do stretches on it. I'm going to do my stretches and my routine on it.
Yes.
I'm going to put it right in the living room so I can watch while I'm doing the news.
It has to be accessible.
Has to be accessible.
It has to be.
It's got to be sitting. It's got to be like on the kitchen counter.
Otherwise,
I don't do it.
About my feet too, because for years I didn't want to spend $400 or $500 to get a pair of orthotics, so I went around walking on a bunion or on a nerve, and I couldn't walk without a shoe. I mean, my foot hurt every night. I finally got the orthotics.
Finally invested in the orthotics. And how's it going?
It's going well.
Good. See?
I don't
did
have
something
that
for you.
pain. Why did I wait that long?
Why did you wait that long?
I kept using acid pads, which eventually the doctor said would have made a hole in the bottom of my foot. But I wasn't.
TMI, Mama.
Yeah.
We don't want to any more detail. I've seen the feet.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk anymore.
She's seen them. But
those orthotics you should have invested in years ago. That's
good.
It
feels so good.
And good shoes.
And good shoes.
Got these shoes in Florida.
I'd like to go and get a couple more.
We might have to go to Florida to go shoe shopping.
Yeah. We might have to
That's what happens.
Yeah.
We might have to go. All right.
They are comfy.
All right.
So we're talking about being physical, thinking about our physical health.
Yes.
Taking the time to do our physical exercises. It's so easy to put it off, but we've got to do it for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amen, Mama. I think you just summed it up.
Well, and when we get older, if that ever happens.
That never happens. Not on this porch.
No.
We just move to new stages of life. We never get older. No. We don't use that word.
No, we're getting better. We're not
getting older. We're getting better.
I hope.
Right here on the porch.
I hope.
This is kind of the eternal porch. It's the fountain of youth. This is the porch of youth.
It is, actually. When I come on this porch, I feel like her age. And you know how young she is, so.
Not that young.
Yeah.
Because I have to go to the chiropractor every time I do yard work now.
Oh, no.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
that's why we need these right here.
Yes, yes.
Let's give them a last stretch, Mama.
You give them a last stretch. I'm petting Toto.
You got Toto. Here we go. So do something this week.
Yes.
Work on a new routine.
I know.
And you'll will not regret it.
You'll be glad you did.
You'll be at 92. Yeah. We don't talk about age, but this is what you could be like if you take care of yourself.
I don't know, but don't be as wacky as I am sometimes. I like to have fun. And to have fun, you've got to be healthy.
It's got to be fun. Absolutely.
Really.
You have to be active to have fun. Because if you can't move, you can't do anything.
No.
And there are people that, you know, at certain stages in life, they've not been active and now they can't move.
They've given up.
They can't dance. They can't even move.
We can't give up.
No.
Never.
Never give up.
We have to do it.
Yes.
And we love you. We'll see you next week. We have other things to do.
We have got to go. I got to go stretch. Oh, I didn't even show you my absolute favorite.
Oh, yes.
Right here. The ball.
Look at that.
Lots of things you can do with the ball. So I think we're going to go do some stretching. I'm going to go do some stretching.
Not yet. I want to talk to her about my book. I'm finished with the chapter.
Finished that first draft of the book. That is big news, so stay tuned. We got
to move on.
We got to do some things, but we're going to make space for our physical health.
We will.
All right.
That looks good, though.
There we go.
Tempting.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next week with another word. Next week, we're getting close to 4th of July, so we'll see what we come up with.
We'll see what comes up.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.